Okay, so I didn't want to make this video, but I'm gonna make this video because I'm thoroughly disgusted with Mack. Not the truck or the manufacturer of the truck, but a certain Mack dealership that is close to me. We'll leave it at that. One that's close to me. Okay, so before I went to North Carolina, I had sent my Mack truck to Mack because I felt that that was the best place to have the truck repaired. Okay? There was problems with it. I will go through those problems now. We had bent a tie rod end. There was a tie rod, not the end, but a tie rod that was bent, and the ball joints or the tie rod ends were bad anyway, so I wanted them to be replaced. And I felt that the best place to do was to get OEM parts from the OEM dealer, and it would have been done correctly. Well, I had oil in my antifreeze, so I kind of had a sneaking suspicion that the oil cooler was bad. So I called them and I said, hey, look, I would really like you to look at the oil cooler, and I think that there is an exhaust leak as well, but you've probably noticed that already. And I didn't hear anything back for about a week, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, we got your job done, and now I see this email, we'll have to get it back in the shop. And I'm like, well, okay, whatever. I get back in July, the first week of July. I've got a lot of work that needs to be done on it, and I really need it done by then. Well, they didn't put it back in the shop until the end of the second week of July, and it was the third week of July before I got the truck back. An oil cooler, tie rod, kingpins, exhaust manifolds, all three of them, drilled and studded, put a new stud in the head, and what else was there? Just some other nonsense that happened. The bill came to not quite $13,000. Okay, the oil cooler alone was $900 for the part. Well, on the oil cooler, there is a hose. This particular hose, it is a cheap little 18-inch hose. It's nothing. It isn't anything. But I'm fast forwarding here. But the problem was that I had oil. The oil cooler was bad, and it was leaking oil into my cooling system, which gunged it up pretty good, and they cleaned it. Now, when I went to pick up the machine, the truck, the guy behind the counter, he says, oh, we had to flush the engine, but we only used water. We only used water, and it took a lot of time to flush your cooling system with water. We only used water. And he said we only used water like 5 times. I'm like, what in the hell? Whatever, so you used water, whatever. Anyway, on the first maiden voyage with this thing, when I got it back, the truck sprung a leak in the heater core in the bunk. And I thought, well, that's odd. Anyway, whatever. Climbed up on the motor, turned the 2 valves off, shut the water going to the heater core in the bunk off, and life is good, right? I'll fix the heater core later. Well, the next trip, Lewis takes the second trip, and he says, my truck is overheating. It's like, okay, let's see what happens. There's water in the back for emergencies. Go ahead and put that in. So he goes ahead and he puts it in, gets it home, and the radiator's leaking. And I thought, well, that's weird. So I open up the little aluminum tank, which, mind you, had oil leaking into it for probably 3 months, and had black sludge and shit that came out all over it. But I open up that thing, and the inside of that tank is whistle clean, like someone had put acid into it to remove the oil from the cooling system. Well, my radiator sprung leaks. Not a leak, multiple leaks. And, okay, whatever, need a new radiator. Call up Mack. Mack's like, we don't have any radiators. What do you mean you don't have any radiators? You've made millions of these trucks. Well, we don't have a radiator for that. You mean to tell me you made a truck for 10 years and you don't have radiators? None. The only way we can get you one is if we buy an aftermarket. And we suggest you buy the aftermarket because that's just what we need you to do, is buy the aftermarket radiator. Lo and behold, I buy the aftermarket radiator, the Reladiator. No big deal. Put the radiator in. All's good, right? All's good. No problems. We're gonna have a radiator. put the radiator in. Now, mind you, I have gone through 3 complete coolant changes in this truck. The last one, when I realized that this radiator was just going to be a total asshole and was not going to seal up because there were 4 holes in the radiator and it was green from whatever acid wash they put into my coolant system, destroying the radiator. Well, that's no big deal, right? This hose here is the hose that comes off of the brand new oil cooler that goes up to the return line of the cool fluid line, the top of the radiator. It goes up to the top of the radiator, and I'll show you that in a minute. It is impassable. It has collapsed. Ugh. Puh. That tasted really bad. So I'm like, what in the hell? Why does a new hose pop like that? See the date? See the date? This is an original hose, an original silicone hose where they just put a $950 oil cooler onto my engine, and it's 18 inches long. Here's the brand new one at 18 inches long. This is a regular old heater hose that I'm putting on. Nothing big. It is made by probably Gates, which it is. It's a Gates hose, and this is a silicone deal that was made 12/11/1999 for a 2000 model truck. This is an original hose. Why they would not replace this hose while they had it off, I have no idea. So, again, I have to replace the coolant in it again for another $100 and some odd for the 4th time, and I am not happy. So, I got the radiator, the boys put it in. I didn't put it in. The boys did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the problems as soon as I eat my lunch, because my wife is here with my lunch. It's awesome. I will. Okay, so look at the state of this engine, right? Oh my goodness. It's really bad. It's been doused in crap. I should wash it, but I'm down here with the hay pile. So here's this new $900 oil cooler that they just put on. Looks like crap. This hose is new because I put it on there about a year ago. And all the other hoses are new because I put them on about a year ago. Therese, could you hold this while I put this on?
Which one? This one?
The camera.
The camera.
You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so this is how this goes. Let me take off my ends. This is a Gates hose. It's not a silicone hose like most people will say. You should have put a silicone hose on there.
William, get down.
Well, you're probably right, but this truck is, to me, is on its last leg. As far as I'm concerned, it's on its last leg. So what happens is, you put this loom on here, because of course they want it to go down through here, right here. They want it to go through here, but I don't like that. I don't think it should have went there. But it has to go there. So, hold on. Oh my goodness. This would have been so easy to just slip it on there. A brand new hose, which I'm sure they have in their shop. It's a 1/4 inch hose. It's nothing special. It is so stupid that they didn't do it. Like, you don't need to do that. That guy ain't gonna care. Well, the guy cares when he's spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, on antifreeze because of this crap. And there it is. There, it's just about on. Once I get it on there, there it is. This is not a high pressure hose, by the way. It's just a lumbering cool side of the
William,
of
get
the
down.
coolant system.
You're gonna fall. Get down slowly, please. Thank you.
And ow, boy, that's hot. This engine is hot because of that thing. And I'm just using my little Swiss Army knife here. And if it wasn't that it was so hot, I'd have it on already. Oh, come on, Wesley. The other hose was completely Completely blocked. Oh, I went too far now, didn't I? A mosquito eating my ear. I can feel it. There. Okay, so that one's on. Now we just come up here on the top. And we're going to go ahead and expand the little clamp. Ow, that skeeter's biting me. I've probably got COVID from the mosquitoes.
Oh, everything's COVID. Yeah.
Everything's COVID. Did you see that thing I sent you?
No.
No? You should look at it. It'll blow your mind.
I didn't send. What did you send me on what?
On Messenger. I sent you a thing. It was at a school board at Mount Vernon School Board. Anyway, so there it is. See how hard that was? Oh, it was so hard to cut a piece of freaking hose and put it on there. Now, I got an extra little bit of length to it for a very specific reason. In case it pops again, it popped right here and doused everything with coolant. So now I'm going to do something that manufacturers have done for many, many years, and that is to put a stop leak in their system. This is a bars leaks, cooling system, radiator heater core stop leak. I'm putting that in there because I don't know where else that acid that they used has worked over my system. Yeah. I don't know where else. It is no longer shiny in here either. But, yeah, I'll pick that up in a minute. So, you put this in. This is common practice back in the 70s and 80s. Toyota was famous for this stuff. I think it was Toyota. Toyota or Honda, they would put it in from the start, from the manufacturer, just a stop leak, because it's easier to stop a leak than it is to be replacing heater cores and stuff. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and take the camera from Teresa. Teresa's going to get me the coolant out of the box that's right there, and life will be good. And I'll film it when I'm full. Another thing with GoPro cameras that pisses me off. Okay, so here's another thing. I'm really starting to sound like a whiny bitch here when it comes to this thing. But this has been going on now for a couple of weeks of me finding shit that could have been repaired by the OEM shop. As you can hear, I'm taking something off. So I just got my radiator in and I just fixed that line that you saw. And what I have now is a very simple problem that could have been seen because they had this off, this turbo was off. These are all brand new studs, brand new gaskets, brand new manifolds. It's all there. And when they started it up to do the run in or run out or whatever they want to call it, when you shut the truck off, I heard an incredible oil or air leak, and I'm like, well, what the hell is that? And Teresa's like, well, that's an air leak, and I don't know where it's at, but it's in underneath there. Well, sure enough, and it's been leaking a while. And they definitely could have. You can see all that moisture that's there, right there underneath the pipe. The hose had rubbed through the braiding and it has started to leak. Now, I got new manifolds, new injector lines. I got all kinds of new stuff in here. All kinds of new stuff. When a mechanic is working on something, his job is to see, look around and see if there's other things. And then the guy that actually books the jobs, it's his job to inform the owner of said truck, like, hey, by the way, we're in here and we see this. Or, hey, by the way, we're in here and we see that. Or, by the way, we're in here and it looks like this is wearing, but I got none of that. So now I have had probably, I've lost in the last 2 weeks, 6 loads due to this freaking truck failing when I sent it in there so that I wouldn't have this problem. I hate problems, and Lewis is getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated for sure, and I have to fix these problems. So I'm going over the truck on this end, and I'm going to get this straightened out so I don't have to worry about Lewis getting stranded in Philadelphia again for the fifth time. What a pain in the ass. And that is since this I've been back from North Carolina. It's been really frustrating. So anyway, I'm gonna get onto this and I'll show you what I have to do. I have to pull that floor up in order to get to the line, which is no big deal because I've had it up before. It's no big deal. So I just have to figure out which size socket it's gonna take and why my sockets are not where I want them to be. And of course, there we go. That's what I need. All right, so I got my gun and I've got my sockets, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart. Something really stupid. I hit the twist in that hose. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that's really kind of stupid. It seems to me as though this has been off recently. And of course I didn't take it off, but I don't know. You just gotta wonder about things sometimes. Oh shit. It's going to be a 1 1/16, I can tell you right fucking now. Okay. Wants to be one of those. Wow. Little brass ring. And it is brass too. That's kind of weird. Okay. So let's say we tighten that up. Will it tighten? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get a regular wrench. Hold on. And now that I've got everything I need, it'll come off pretty easy. I'll have to figure that one out over there. It's actually metric. I'm gonna get a metric set for in here when I go down there. So that's it. So what I have to do now is, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be like a 13 or 14 millimeters. It's gonna be metric. So, oh shoot, Wesley. Yeah. It is, it's 15 mil. Good thing I'm using snap-ons, right? Because if I weren't, I wouldn't be able to do this, right? I'm just joking. It's not snap-on. I don't think it is anyway. It could be. If it is, it's the best wrench ever. Nope. Which I kind of suspected it wasn't. It's a T&E tool. Never heard of it. I don't even know where in the hell I got it from. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna go down to Napa and actually get just a regular hydraulic hose and put in there. I've used regular hydraulic hose in the past for applications like this. But you can see right there, it rubbed the hole through. That's all. Rub the hole through. So how do you deal with something like that? You just deal with it, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna put all this shit right here. I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna get a metric set though. Nice little Carlisle metric set ought to do it. Now I'm gonna run right down and get a new hose because I can. So I'll be back. Okay, so that rotted out pretty badly. So what I did was I improvised. I took some zip ties, 2 wire ties, and I wrapped them around a total of 3 times around through the hole on that one and then around to hold it from sliding back and forth, and that should do my job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw you all back in here. I'm sure there's going to be somebody complain about what I just did, but you know what? Too fucking bad. I tripped through the engine compartment. Just shove it back in there. Call it a day. What's it going to do? Rattle out? It's going to rattle out. Okay. So, here we go. And we're just going to tighten this thing up here, and then we're going to fire up the truck and see what kind of weird leaks we get, which we shouldn't have any because it's all brand new. My wife just showed up. Well, there's some turbulence, guys. And see if there's any rotation up there. I see some lightning up there. There's some cool looking clouds. So it just went from 90 to about 75. And I can see a weird rotation right there. There was a tornado. I don't think there's a tornado watch right now, but there was a tornado about 2 weeks ago, not far from here. But yeah, I think those storm clouds are cool. What do you think, William? Hey, you like them? Yeah, okay. See what the guinea hen did to them? Okay. The guinea hen got them. We found guinea chicks, and the guinea chicks, we caught the guinea chicks, and the guinea hen saw William and thought, that's my size right there. We'll kick his ass instead of the big guy's ass, and William got his ass kicked. So his mother blamed me for the guinea hen attacking him, which is normal, right? You blamed me for the guinea hen attacking? Yeah, that's what I figured. So I'm thinking the American flag got wrapped up there. It will find its way straight here pretty soon, but it's not raining just yet, but it is coming. Here comes my father. You're getting dirt in your eyes. Go see mommy. Hurry up. I like storms. The corn is not really in need of the rain, but it needs the rain because we're filling the ear right now. And with 20 row, 44, 42, 44 long, if we get an inch of rain today, that will pretty much guarantee that I'm gonna be okay. I'll be okay with all of it. Look at that right there. That is so creepy weird. It's like it's a cyclone, you know, just rolling up there. Not a cyclone, but I like those clouds. And it's only a 50% chance of rain, believe it or not. Believe it or not. But the horses are getting nervous. Teresa, she's just over there watching the Philippine news like, it's just another storm. This ain't nothing like what they get in the Philippines. Oh, there's a quick flash. I'm gonna walk down here and see what it looks like. I have an issue with my motorhome that I have to address because with this rain coming, if this hits us now, then I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the farm show tomorrow. The Ag Progress show tomorrow. I guess the odds were in my favor, and we just put out 25 tons of fertilizer yesterday and today, so this will wash it in. Yeah. Oh, looks like it's disappearing. Milford's disappearing. And you can see that's Milford, New Jersey up there where that point comes down over there. So that's Pennsylvania to the left, and you see that kind of a swoop and droop there to the right. That is New Jersey. If you look at the map from like a normal aerial map, That is under the nose of the man-shaped fetus nose of New Jersey. And that's it. And New Jersey is a peninsula, just so y'all know. It's a peninsula. But they don't call it a peninsula, but it is. Yeah, it's coming. It's a coming. Corn looks great, by the way. Like, really good. How about you? Are you running away from the storm? Grab that. Yeah. Did you get all that fertilizer on? Huh?
Every time he's here, there's some crazy storm.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, weird. I think it's his fault. We should send him home. Yeah.
My fault.
It's your fault. And it's his fault, too. Look at this guy. What are you, a dinosaur? Crazy cousins. Hey, don't beat him up. Hey, don't bully him. Just, I'm gonna bop him in the nose here in a minute. You're gonna get bopped in the nose.
He's your buddy.
He'll just kick your little butt and that'll be the end of you. So the alternator's bad on the 4230 after 40 some odd years. 47 years. This is a 1974 model, and that's an original, believe it or not. Anyway, there it is. I've seen these storms produce hail, but fortunately, it's a quick one. No hail though. No hail on the forecast. See that corn out there? I can just hear it filling those ears. Woohoo! Just what that corn needed today. Really did. It wasn't hurting or anything, nothing curling. But getting a drink. Water. I had to clean up my junk pile.